Okay. So let me, the traditional chakras, correct? The traditional chakras, if you see on the chart, it starts from the base and it goes all the way to the top. This is not a good picture. Let me get something nice. Okay. So the bottom chakra is root chakra, the Muladhara. And we'll learn the English names. I'll just read out the Sanskrit names, and then you can see the English names on the left side. Muladhara is the root chakra. Swadhisthana is the sacral chakra. Manipura is, you can see the positions of the chakras. Manipura is the solar plexus. Then Anahata is the heart chakra. So don't get confused between Anahata and the heart chakra. In heartfulness, we use, they are two different chakras. All these chakras which are depicted in the traditional chakras are all along the spinal cord. Then Vishuddha, throat chakra. Those who have thyroid issues, they say meditate on the Vishuddha chakra so that the thyroid problems will go away. And this is a throat chakra. Then the Agna chakra is the third eye chakra. And the Sahasrara is the crown chakra. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, I got distracted a bit. So, these are the traditional chakras, but I'll show you another diagram here, which is, I thought I had it open. Anyways, here. If you see here, the root chakra. So there is an alphabet associated with the root chakra. So this is the key alphabet. And the way, in the traditionally they practice this as a, you can call it as a root syllable. In Hindi, it is called bija akshara. Bij means the seed. Akshara means the letter, a seed letter. So by chanting the letter at a certain frequency, you can awaken the chakra. That's the whole idea, right? So the bij akshara, the root letter for the root chakra or Muladhara is lam. Lam. You see how they pronounce it's like lam, like that. And then you can also, there are certain mudras, symbols associated with this chakra. So if you, touch your thumb with the, what do you call the index finger, you can activate the Muladhara. Or you cannot say you can activate, you can basically stimulate the Muladhara chakra. Similarly, Vam is for the sacral chakra, Ram, Yam, Ham, Sham, Om. Om is for the crown chakra, which is the Sahasrara. Now, each chakra is denoted by petals, something like this. This is some notes I prepared long time back, and I'm showing it to you guys. So this is how the Muladhara chakra is depicted internally. This is a very good diagram. If you see, the Muladhara chakra has about 4 leaves. And it is also says each chakra, how many leaves each chakra has is also something it has its own significance. Depending on how many leaves you have, and accordingly, it will have certain effect. So this is a whole science. This is a whole science of the inner body. And this science get really, really deeper if you want to get into, right? So if you see here, this one kind of shows, how many, each chakra has how many petals. The Mooladhara root chakra has 4 petals, right? And it's in golden color, uh, uh, golden color letters on red petals. You can see in the picture how it looks like. So the letters are in gold and the petals are in red. The color of this chakra is red. And there are certain forces, elements, powers, you can say, are associated with this chakra. Typically, if I have to draw something like this is the crown chakra on the top, and this is the spinal cord, and this is where the Mooladhara chakra resides. Within the Mooladhara chakra is also known as Kundalini. If you see here the picture, if I have to enlarge this picture of the Mooladhara, where is my better Mooladhara picture? Okay, here I can show you. You see here on this Mooladhara, this is the Kundalini. This whole thing is the Mooladhara. There is a Kundalini is a one very specific point here. So the Kundalini, this is called Bija Mantra, like Bija Akshara I said, is the LAM to activate the Kundalini, LAM. We, luckily in Heartfulness, we don't practice any of these things. Be happy that we are not practicing these things. I'll tell you why. So the Kundalini, the typical Kundalini, you see here, there is a coil. A serpent is coiling here in this diagram. Is that clear to you on the Zoom? Okay.
Yes.
And so the serpent heads, if you take the serpent heads like this is the serpent head. The Kundalini actually looks like this. From all the way to the top to the bottom, the energy is flowing down. This is very important to understand. The energy is flowing down, and all this energy is getting accumulated in the Kundalini. So now the Kundalini is is a power bank with no outlet. Okay. That's how the Kundalini is. So you imagine all this energy, the life force is flowing into the Kundalini and gets stored there. There's no outlet for this. So for the people who awaken the Kundalini, if the Kundalini is awakened, it looks like this. What happens? All this energy which is stored here going upward direction along with the spinal cord. That's why anyone who is working on Kundalini or practicing Kundalini meditation, I tell them that is the worst thing you can do to yourself. Never ever try to activate the Kundalini. And why? Because when this Kundalini is activated, all the energy is pushing over the spinal cord. The entire nervous system, which is along the Kundalini, shatters. Imagine you have a low power wire, low tension wire, and you push the high voltage through it. What happens to that power wire? It burns. Just like that, your entire nervous system shatters. Okay, but people think that by taking this energy all the way up to this Sahasrara, that 1,000-petal lotus, here is the way to achieve the spiritual knowledge or spiritual elevation. somehow the yogic systems thought like that. In spite of people failing and after failing, they still think this is the right method. Okay. But in our heartfulness, we don't do this. In our heartfulness, what we do is we take the frontal points. So if you see our anatomy, right? It looks like a ghost picture, but this is our heart, first point. Then we go to the second point and the third point, fourth point, fifth point, and then this is Agna Chakra and all the way to the 13th point here. Where are these points in our heartfulness system? They are all the frontal points. Whereas naturally the energy is flowing down the spinal cord. We are not touching any points along the spinal cord. We don't stimulate any of the traditional chakras. All that we do is we clean a little bit of Muladhara chakra and we clean all these chakras. When a trainer or the spiritual guide is giving the sessions, one-on-one sessions, we clean all these chakras, but we don't stimulate them. We don't release energy. We don't push any energy into the chakras. We just clean them. Same thing here. It's a frontal point. So what's happening here? The energy which is coming down the chakra, energy which is coming down the chakra, or from the Sahasrara, from the top, the energy is coming down. We divert it little bit to point 1. And we take a point X here, and then we divert it to point 2. So this is 1 and 2, and then the same energy is taken like this. The entire flow happens through the frontal points. That way, we are not opposing, we are not affecting any nervous system. So this is a very, very, very safe meditation, the safe process. And the achievement is easier. It is simpler, and you can feel all these conditions very easily. And there are no side effects to this meditation. This is heartfulness meditation. Okay. So that is a traditional, fundamental difference between the traditional, the chakra systems versus heartfulness. I'll stop here for any questions. Good?
Good.
All right. So now,
Was this discovered in the sutras, or is this just something that heartfulness discovered?
the frontal points are all discovery of the heartfulness teachers.
It didn't come from Patanjali and the
No,
sutras.
it did not come from Yoga Sutras. That is what makes the heartfulness unique, completely a new system on the block. So far, this kind of a system never emerged in the past. It was not there in the past.
Because when I talk to other people about these chakras, they blow me off saying, no, it's not traditional at all.
Correct. They're not traditional because it's a new discovery.
So it's not that the heart chakra in the traditional system is expanded to get this, because it's a totally different, it's frontal as opposed to spinal.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
And point 1 and point 2, what are those?
The one is the heart, and second is we really did not name these chakras, in any technical way. We made it very simple, 1, 2, 3, 4, to understand. So yeah, at 2, the second chakra, Babuji called it as spiritual heart.
Oh, you mean the same as the peace, and
Yeah.
1 is compassion, 2 is peace, 3 is Agni, 5. Okay, got it.
Those are the conditions, right? So
The
the one is
conditions.
the earth, one is the earth is the predominant element. Second one, ether is the predominant element or space. And
So when you
third,
say energy is flowing from top, it's not flowing from the spinal cord?
energy flowing from the top, Sahasrara. Where is our
Yeah.
From Sahasrara to the Mooladhara.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about in the frontal system. You said there's a diversion from the top.
Yeah, the energy is always flowing from the top. That's a natural system, correct?
Yes.
So the energy is always flowing from the top. So we take the diversion, we divert the energy to go this path. So imagine, think of it like a fire hose. I mean, like the hose, right? A hose, the water is coming down the hose. Can you push the water back the hose? Simply I can do a diversion and take it to the top. This is easier, right? Imagine you have to use some external force to push this entire water through the hose which is coming out to its source. Which is easier? The water is coming flowing like this. If I make a diversion, put it back to the source. This is easier, right? Instead of going against the flow,
Sure.
They're creating a new flow.
And what would be the purpose to create this diversion?
So that you can take this is the energy flowing down, also creating certain conscious awareness.
Yes.
Here, the awareness is the higher awareness, lower awareness, if you kind of think of it like that. How do I take my awareness to the higher? Because it's already coming from high to low. How do I take it back to the higher state?
So one could divert at any level, you're saying?
Yes.
But in heartfulness, we went to the heart level.
Right.
Okay.
So we are taking a diversion here. So this is a very easy system. You don't have to exert any force. Just channel this energy through this way. That happens while you are meditating, while you are taking sessions with the trainers. This channeling is happening.
But don't we actually visualize it coming from front?
Front, we are not visualizing anywhere it is coming from. In our meditation, we just meditate on
we have divine light in the heart. I always imagined it's in the front.
It's in the heart. It's already present.
Correct.
There is no new light entering into our system.
Yes, it's already present. I see that. Okay.
Right?
But when we are cleaning, we always say energy is coming into and filling up our heart.
But look at the flow. So that's a good question you're asking right now. So look at the flow. Correct? Suppose, let me get a blank page here so that it's easy. I can't spell. Okay. So suppose if you want to, so this is our system, right?
We lost you.
You lost the screen share? Can you?
Yeah.
Okay. I think, okay, now it's better. I think it's trying to connect. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is our system. And we are absorbing everything from externally to internally. So this is how the impressions are coming in, correct? This is the path for impressions. Imagine if I want to push the impressions out from the front. So this is front and this is back. If I push the impressions from the back, which are entering this way, it's easier, right? If I am pushing it through the front, then I'm exerting some energy. So that's why this is called a natural path system. We use the the natural way. If this is coming it this way and we can push it out this way, it's easier. So the entry point is from the external world into the internal. This is external, this is internal. So push them out, see the path where we are absorbing, because that's why all our senses are pointing outwards through the front.
I understand that's the cleaning process, but we also say when we're done with cleaning and we're a vacuum, we feel this energy coming into us. I thought it was always from the front.
Correct. It's just, it is just a way of saying it is filling from the front. But for that energy, this energy is consciousness, all pervading, right? It's already there. So as something is cleaning, there is a vacuum, the vacuum sucks in whatever in around it. Correct? So it is all automatically taking the divine essence, which is all around.
I see. So it's not necessarily from front.
Yeah. So the entire system is filling. It's like you are immersed in that divine energy. Okay. So I think we are almost 27 minutes past, but I just want to show you how the nadis look like. These are only the 36 nadis, which are, you see that, parasympathetic and, system here. Sympathetic and parasympathetic system. So what is nadis is not exactly a nervous system. It is the subtle energy, the prana, which is flowing in our body. And there are these are only the 36 key nadis, which are connected with all the organs in our system. By activating each nadi, you can actually repair your organs if they go into, if they don't function good. But this is the full picture of the nadis. You see this? And they say that there are about 86 million nadis. It could go even more, discovered so far. So these are all on the subtle body. These are not physical systems. Okay, these are on the subtle bodies. So from the Mooladhara, the nadis which come out are the 3 key nadis, which again spread into everything else. Where is that picture? I had a good picture of that. Okay. Not this. I thought I opened it. Anyways, here. I'll just show you that and then we can get into meditation. Okay. So from Mooladhara, these are the nadis, which they look like. The middle one is the Brahmanadi. This is where all the spiritual energy is. Right? And then the maroon one is called the Chitra Nadi. And then the blue one is the Vajra Nadi. And the outer one is called the Sushumna Nadi. So the red one is the Sushumna Nadi. Okay. So through this, the energy is flowing. All this prana is flowing through these nadis. And as they move up, it'll spread out like this in our bigger picture, right? So this is how it looks like when it spreads out into multiple various organs. It takes diversions, but the straight path of the Sushumna Nadi or the Brahma Nadi goes from all the way from Mooladhara into the the Sahasrara. Sahasra means 1,000 petal lotus. That is on the top. That is called the crown chakra. So the energy flow is from the crown chakra all the way to Muladhara happens through the Sushumna Nadi or Brahma Nadi. Okay. So we don't push the energy up. We don't again go against the flow. So that's why we clean the flow of the energy prana in our system. That's what the deeper cleaning helps in clearing up any obstacles to the prana flowing within the body. And we take the frontal to move the prana up all the way to Sahasrara. In fact, we go a little beyond. The 13th point is what our discovery, central region. No system has discovered. But some people, very caliber saints, they discovered it, but they did not explain in the to a full extent scientifically the way Babu explained. Okay. So I'll stop here. And Naresh Bhai, if you can
Fascinating. Where can we read about this?
I'm showing you all this is on the internet. I can share my notes with you.
So the subtle body going up through the chakras and the subtle body going up through the spiritual points is the same, correct?
Yes.
It's just the different routes of getting to it.
No, I mean the subtle body is a body, right? It's like as, but this whole subtle body is connected through these nadis. The nadi is carrying the energy, and chakras are where there's an intersection where the energies get accumulated, blocked. When we clean those chakras, the blocks will be removed. The energy flow is smooth.
Nadi.
So think of these chakras like the energy shells, where the energy is gathering, this prana is gathering. Once we clean them up, so the stimulation of chakra is different than cleaning them up and making the flow, energy flow smoother. It's like if you are stimulating it, you're blowing the chakra. Like, you blow the balloon. After a certain point, the balloon will burst. We don't want that to happen. In all traditional techniques, traditional yogic techniques, they try to blow the balloon. That is the danger. Okay.